I book of Luke, we are chapter 8 today. Women are very, very important in anything you're doing. And I'm not just saying woman because we saw how they support, how they stood Mary Magdalene, that even resurrection of. And here today we're also going to see how women supported Jesus, giving out of their substance. So the Bible said that Jesus continued to go according to the plan, traveling from town to village after village, preach the gospel. The 12 were with him. There were also some women in their company who had been healed of various evil afflictions and illnesses. Mary, the one called Magdalene, from whom 7 demons had gone out, Johanna, wife of Chuza, Herod's manager, and Susanna, along with many others who used their considerable means to provide for the company. The women were meeting his need and his disciples. Said they used their considerable means to provide for the company. They used their considerable means to provide for the need of the company. So we have the parable of the sower, how the sower went so, and then some fell by the way, some fell on the rock, some fell on the palms, and the ones that fell by the roadside, the story was for the people for their heart to be seared. So the disciples were like, why do you tell stories? He said, I tell stories so that there will be readiness in the heart of the people. So the story is about some of those people. The seed is the word of God. The seed on the road are those who hear the word, but no sooner do they hear it than the devil snatches from them, so they won't believe and be saved. The seed in the gravel are those who hear with enthusiasm, but the enthusiasm doesn't go very deep. It's only another fad, and the moment there is trouble, it's gone. And the seed that fell in the weed, well, these are the ones who hear, but then the seed is crowded out and nothing comes of it as they go about their lives, worrying about tomorrow, making money and having fun. But the seed in the good earth, these are the good heart who sees the word and hold on no matter what, sticking with it until there is harvest. The word of God can bring harvest. The word of God can bring harvest. The word of God can bring harvest. Jesus was sleeping in the boat. He had to wake him. There is storm and you are sleeping. How could you be sleeping? Don't you care that we will perish? But Jesus said, oh, ye of little faith. He rebuked the storm and they were all surprised. What manner of person is this? He calls out to the wind and sea, and they do what he tells them. Yes, we have seen you speak to demons. We've seen you heal the sick. We've seen you raise the dead. But what is this we are saying again about you? That you speak to the wind and they hear you? What can't you do? What can't you do? You can do everything. What can't you do? They were surprised. But that didn't stop there. Jesus went ahead and healed the madman. The madman who has been victim of demon. He doesn't wear clothes. He doesn't live at home. He lived in the cemetery. And when they saw him, the legions that were living in him, they bellowed. They said, what business do we have messing with us? You are Jesus, Son of God, and don't give us our time. And Jesus just ordered this. We said, what is your name? He said, we are Moab. We are legion because we are many. He said, please, do not order us to bottomless pit. Just let us enter this swine. When they entered the swine perished because they all were drowned in the lake. So when the people heard about it, they came to see for themselves. They saw the man wearing decent clothes and making sense. They had to tell Jesus, leave our town, like right now. How could you have done this? Please, just leave. And when he was about leaving, the man said, oh, let me follow you. He said, no, don't follow me. Go back and preach all over the town everything that Jesus has done for you. Jairus was healed. Daughter was dying. She wasn't healed. She was raised back to life. Daughter was dying. She had been to Jesus. Oh, Jesus, please come and pray for my daughter. She's sick. And on their way going, the woman with the issue of blood caused a delay. A divine delay at that, to show forth the glory of God. When she touched the hem of Jesus' garment, virtue flowed out of Jesus, and Jesus began to inquire, who touched me? Who touched me? Until she came forward and said, I'm doing. Jesus said, your faith has made you whole. And so when they finally got to Jairus' house, the daughter has died. This is how I know that this was for the greater good. Anybody could have think that the woman with the issue of blood delayed them and made the daughter to die. Yes, actually, but that delay was a divine one, because one, it was ministering to our own need at that time, and then it was going to show forth the glory of God. If the daughter has not died, maybe she was just sick, they could have prayed for her and just left. But the fact that she was dead, and people that were there were really like, she's dead. When Jesus said she's sleeping, they were laughing at him that she's dead. They were convinced that she's dead. So when Jesus finally prayed for her and she woke back to life, she woke up back to life, it was for greater glory. The testimony was more land breaking than when the daughter has not died at all and the godmother just prayed for her and she was healed. So I believe that delay was just divine and was needed at that point in time. So what are my curiosity? How come Jesus' mothers and brothers were not in Jesus' meeting? Then why was Jesus asking for the name of the demon? Why was Jesus interested? I think at the end is going to actually tell them to leave and they will leave. But why was he asking for their name? Why was he interested in asking for their name? I guess the people that saw Jesus healed, or that saw the madman who was healed making sense and wearing decent clothes, and then demanded that Jesus should leave, not thinking that, oh, we could bring more mad people, we could bring more lame people to our town for you, we could bring more blind people from our town for you to heal. But rather they chase him away. They say, please just leave. I think they can't undo the change, the intensity of the change that happened in thinking of an eye. They couldn't believe their eyes. God does not need forever to change the most difficult situation. God doesn't need it. This man would not be tied, cannot be tamed. He's not sleeping at home. He's not wearing clothes. But they got to the place he was with Jesus. The Bible said he was wearing decent clothes and it was making sense. So God does not need forever to change your story. If he's not coming yet, doesn't mean he will not come. That he has not arrived, that he has not delivered, that he has not come, doesn't mean he's never coming. He will show up when he ought to. People will persuade you to give up, but you must remain steadfast. Don't give up on God. Don't give up on God. They were persuading Jairus. They were saying, your daughter is already sleeping. Don't even bother. Don't just leave Jesus alone. But Jesus said, just trust me. Jesus said, you took a risk trusting me and now you are healed and whole. That was what Jesus said when the daughter finally rose up. So people will persuade you, like the blind Bartimaeus. They were also telling him, keep quiet, you are shouting, he can't hear you. But Jesus finally heard him. So don't allow people to persuade you away from your miracle. So Jesus said to him, just trust me and everything will be fine. And he's saying same thing to you today. You might be going through hard time, a valley season, a downtime. Jesus is saying, just trust me and everything will be fine. All you have to do is trust the Lord. Jairus really trusts the Lord. He didn't listen to the naysayers, to the gossips that are around his house, saying, oh, you know what, Jesus, just leave. How could you have also waited along the way and allowed that woman to just obstruct us that way? And I was the first person to come and call. He didn't allow offense. He didn't allow what the people that were around him saying to stop him believing. He kept believing until the daughter was raised back to life. Our belief determines our outcome. The people in the house of Jairus believed that the daughter was dead. In fact, they were laughing at Jesus that, what are you saying? Can you just listen to yourself? But Jesus said, and there is not dead. She's awake. So Jesus' belief was superior to their own belief. And so the outcome of Jesus superimposes Jesus' belief over their own belief. If Jesus had said, oh, okay, yeah, she's dead, let me just go back, the outcome would have been that the girl was dead of a truth. But Jesus said, no, my own belief must superimpose your own belief. And that makes the outcome to also superimpose the intended outcome that Jesus would have, or that Jairus would have had. So your outcome is determined by your belief.